What's going on? Welcome to the big show on a Thursday. Another week in the books. We're a minute late getting started. I just got off with the Glenn Beck show. Had my big appearance today. I Skyped into his show for a half hour, folks. Guy has like 10 million listeners a week. So if you catch it on the Blaze or wherever, that's good, Jace. The Blaze or whatever. And hopefully I'll be doing it again. It's supposed to be a regular appearance. And I don't know. They could be, right now they could be going, nah. But like him a lot. And real smart dude. Very rich dude. And that's a half-hour infomercial for this show is what it is. So let's watch those numbers pop. And then I'll have 70 people at Skid Marks in Buffalo next week. Go to nickdip.com for my tour info, speaking of that. Hey, first of all, shout out to Tommy, my manager, who's having surgery today. Pretty serious surgery. So it's funny, I was talking to Jason, and I said, this is like Rocky 2. Mickey, remember how he's excited as the big build-up to the fight against Mr. T? Months and months. Tommy was preparing, so excited with the Glenn Beck thing. And, I do it, and it's like Mickey when he's has a heart attack right before the fight. Tommy be lying in bed, and I'll be going. He goes, how'd it go? Did you kill? Yeah, we murdered. I don't know. We got a lot more to do, kid. You got a lot more to do. You got to do the correspondence dinner in D.C. We got a lot more to do. And then we pull the mask off. Tommy, Tommy, no! No, Tommy! Tommy, no! No! Cut to me training with, Barry Katz. Anyways, how are you? Coming to you live.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Yes, we will.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Oh, my God, he's cursing.
What the hell's going on out here?
I don't know. A lot of stuff's going on. A lot of stuff be going on out there. Ilhan Omar. See the guy? Go after her. 9/11 was the anniversary yesterday. And I personally go, well, you didn't mention it. Well, I kind of intentionally don't mention it because I think we're wallowing in our own pity. I'm serious. I mean, not a popular theory maybe, but to mention those people every year, and if I'm Taliban, I'm going, we really put a hurt on them. We have to move forward. We're not going to forget those people. You're not going to forget the people that you lost, your friends and family members. You know what I mean? We'll never forget, like the T-shirt says, and we won't. I just think, I don't know. It's sort of a symptom of our culture to wallow, and but we'll never forget those people. Anyways, so they did that yesterday. They ring the bell. They read off the names of all. Do you know that my sister, Donna's best friend, was the first person killed in those attacks? She was a flight attendant. I forget which flight it was. The first one, obviously. But she was a flight attendant and was stabbed to death. So you're not going to forget that, But Ilhan Omar, our favorite congresswoman.
Durka, Muhammad Jihad. Haka Sherpa Sherpa. Bakala.
How could you elect that? Seriously, how could you elect that? Just by her headdress. Nick, you can't. Yeah, I am. Show some respect. Take off the 12 bandanas. Apparently, she was shot with a BB gun right before they took this because, there's such Islamophobia here in the country. Anyway, she was slammed on 9/11 anniversary by victim's son. I don't know if you guys saw this. Nicholas Harris Jr. wants Rep. Ilhan Omar and the squad to know exactly who those some people, remember she said some people did something? Remember that quote? Could you be any more insensitive, you hateful little witch? That perpetrated this something that took the life of his mom and nearly 3,000 other people 18 years ago. The New Jersey resident who lost his mother, Frances, in the 9/11 terror attacks ripped the Minnesota congresswoman on Wednesday during a reading of victims' names at Ground Zero after Omar's infamous remarks earlier in the year in which she described the most horrific attack to ever occur on the American homeland simply as some people did. Remember? Here's the video. I know you.
Some people did something, said
Guy
a freshman
straight-
congresswoman from Minnesota,
Yeah, straighten her out.
to support and justify the creation of CARE. Today I am here to respond to you exactly who did what to whom. Madam, objectively speaking, we know who and what was done. There is no uncertainty about that. Why your confusion? On that day, 19 Islamic terrorist members of Al-Qaeda killed over 3,000 people and caused billions in dollars of economic damage. Is that clear? But as to whom? I was attacked. Your relatives and friends were attacked. Our constitutional freedoms were attacked.
Pause. Yeah, she referred to people who attacked as, some did something to some people. Is that cop real in the background? Or is that a cardboard cutout? That guy hasn't blinked of. I would not mess with that guy. Go ahead.
And our nation's founding on Judeo-Christian principles were attacked. That's what some people did. Got that now?
Love it.
We are here today, Congresswoman, to tell you and the squad just who did what to whom. Show respect in honoring them, please. American patriotism in your position demand it. For God and country, amen.
Yeah. So he straightened her out. He's probably been waiting forever to say that. Omar tweeted about the attacks yesterday, around the same time Harris was making his remarks, though it wasn't immediately clear if Omar's tweet was in response to his words. This is what she said. September 11th was an attack on all of us, she wrote. We will never forget the thousands of Americans who lost their lives in the largest terror attack on the U.S. soil. Actually, most of you people like you have forgotten already. That's why you're so divisive in claiming homophobia, Islamophobia, where there is none. And you're so full of shit, you make me sick to my panties. Here's something you don't hear on Hannity often. I will continue to fight to make sure we care for the first responders and families who lost their loved ones. Continue to fight? What are you talking about? You haven't started yet.
She's a malignant cunt.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. But the some people did something comment from Omar that drew such widespread criticism was made at March 23rd fundraiser for the controversial Council on American Islamic Relations. That's known as CARE. By the way, they do business with Hamas and about 3 other groups that are on our terror list, literally. So don't be fooled by CARE, and that's the way you're going to protect first responders and loved ones. Here's the truth, she says. Far too long we have lived with the discomfort of being a second-class citizen, and frankly, this was from March 20. I'm tired of it. Every single Muslim in the country should be tired of it. CARE was founded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil liberties. That was the quote that got her in hot water, which it should have. Unbelievable. They kept crying Islamophobia 6 months after the attack, whatever. One person, there was some racist guy in Arizona, shot an Indian Sikh thinking he was a Muslim. But to listen to these people, they were second-class citizens, blah, blah. It is such horseshit. Imagine if you lived in Iran and Iran did something. America did something. You were living in Iran. You think you'd last a second walking down the sidewalk? It's well, she acts like everybody gets on a plane now and is freaking. Well, she acts like this.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your pilot today to the USA. My name is Mohammed.
That's what she describes America as after the 9/11 attacks. I'm so glad this guy had the nerve to straighten her out. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Rashida Tlaib and Ayanna Pressley, the other 3 members of the squad, sprang to Omar's defense. This was after the original comment, with Tlaib telling MSNBC that Omar's words were taken out of context. That's not Tlaib, but here we go. She says, they do that all the time, especially women of color. They take our words out of context because they're afraid, because we speak the truth. We speak truth to power. That's what she said to Tlaib, who I hate more than Omar, actually.
Problem? You're the fucking problem. You fucking Dr. White, onkin jamrag, arkin spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H, you keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you. Not this time.
If they get another term, any of these squad members, can you imagine that the Democrat Party has hitched their wagon to a former bartender from the Bronx, and she's the face of the party, even though she's not running because she's not old enough? But all the idiots on stage who are for giving free everything to illegal immigrants and shit, and climate change, they're listening to her. She couldn't even make a Long Island iced tea. Harris Jr. in 2001 interview with the Staten Island Advance described his mom as a tireless receptionist at Keefe Brewett and Woods, a financial firm that had office space on the 88th and 89th floor of the World Trade Center South Tower. The traders used to treat her like an office mother, noting she chose to continue working that year instead of retiring until she couldn't physically walk or crawl. She was going to work, you know. But it's just some people did something to someone, and a representative of the House referred to our loss as just another incident, he said last year, referring to remarks from House Speaker Nancy Saggy-Face Pelosi. Just another incident. So anyways. And then stop, please, using the bones and ashes of our loved ones as props in your political theater, Harris Jr. declared. Their lives, sacrifices, and death are worth so much more. He couldn't be more right.
You are correct, sir.
Good for you, Mr. Harris. Somebody had to say it. And did you see how CNN treated the anniversary, the 9/11 anniversary? Did you see what they did? Mark Dice put this up, and it shouldn't surprise anybody. But this, remember now, this is 2009, so 18 years ago, worst attack ever. This is what CNN did.
Here's a startling statistic. Since 9/11, right-wing terrorists have killed more people in the United States than jihadist terrorists. That's according to New America.
The
There
fuck
are
is
some
New
folks
America?
for who for their own political purposes, would like to keep the focus on only one form of political violence over another. But that would be unwise, because we don't have the luxury of choosing which threats we face. And there's a case to be made that these threats
Pause.
actually...
I love America's 9/11 amnesia. He doesn't see the irony that we're talking about CNN. They have no fucking idea. They've already forgot. KKK. You know, there's about 11 KKK members left in the country. 5 of them work at a Sunoco station in Florida. Meanwhile, there's how many? There's 1 billion Muslims across the world, 2 billion. And, you know, they say like 1% is radical. You have to be dog-styling me, CNN. Can you imagine running this on 9/11? And you fuckers are still watching this shit? Next time I go to the airport, I have to bring a dozen eggs and just pelt that TV. Nobody's even at the airports, people have their face, you know, buried into their phones and shit. But look at this pompous asshole. Remember Rosie O'Donnell said that right-wing Christians are just as bad as terrorists, and you guys have fucking lost your minds. That's CNN. How they're still on the air is just fucking unbelievable.
Can you stay categorical? You are fake news.
Sir. Yeah. Right-wing terrorists. I love to see the definition of that. Anybody who, belongs to the NRA? Oh, that's right. San Francisco has declared the NRA a terrorist organization. So that's how they see the country. And Elizabeth Warren is drawing giant crowds. Sit back, Rich. You make me nervous. You look like you want to say something. I don't want to hear it today. Got my receipt. Hurry up, Rich. Dead air. Talk.
You want me to talk or not talk?
When I ask you a question directly, yeah, that would be...
I have correspondence with the person.
All right, thank you very much. Sounds like we're trying to pull off a coup in fucking North Korea. Laugh into the mic, too, could you? Oh, my God, it's the first day on the job. Where's Zeke when you need him? He's home sleeping with a bong on his head. Again, laugh into the mic. Can't have a show where we can hear you laughing, then the next show there's no laughter. It makes me look bad. This is very important to me. Hey, fucking guy. This guy angers me to no end. Anyways, fuck you, CNN, and anybody who watches it. Now let's lighten up the news. How about a white couple that gave birth to an Asian daughter after a fertility clinic mishap? What happened? Did Ding Chong Fling walk in with a cup of jizz and trip on the rug? How the hell did this... Oh, Nick, that's too racist. That's the kid looking in the mirror for the first time. Christina Kotorich and Drew Wasilewski, who are now divorced, went to the Institute of Reproductive Medicine and Science. Remind me to stay out of there. I used to donate over there. Well, I used to look in the window with my pants down. Different, but at Barnabas in 2012, spent $500,000 for treatment, and they came home with Jing Flau Tang. No. According to the court papers filed in court, wherever the fuck. Their daughter was born in 2013. A couple of years later, they noticed the baby started having Asian features. Oh, my goodness. You sure the sun wasn't in the baby's eye? Oh, that's a horribly old Chinese joke. Yeah. The couple's attorney, David Matzel, said that. We have a picture of the baby right here. Well, maybe that's the problem. You're fucking kneading his face like it's pizza dough. Look, what the... This is the dad going, it can't be Asian. Let's try to make the eyes round. Squeeze his face or her face. Why does this little Asian baby have Elvis's hair, by the way? Wise men say only fools rush in. Are those chicken tenders ready yet? Okay. So, this is the baby they had. Can you imagine? You're watching it. Oh, it's adorable. Why does she keep watching Kung Fu reruns? Nick, do you have any more other Asian racist jokes? Yeah, I'll find them.
Wake up, white people.
A DNA test in 2015 confirmed that there was 0% probability that Drew, 49, was his daughter's biological father. I'm sure that helped the marriage out. Right? He's like, what? Did you fuck that guy that delivered the orange chicken? The young, handsome kid, the ripped Asian. The clinic's negligence caused the breakdown of the marriage between Christina and Drew, claims the suit. Superior Court Judge Keith Lynott last month ordered the clinic to hand over a list of men who donated sperm around the same time the couple used the facilities in the hope of they've narrowed it down to one guy. He looks very surprised at the news. George Takei.
I suck cock, and I love it. Yummy, 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 yummy.
That ruled him out. That's what he said when they asked, are you the father? And then George said,
I suck cock, and I love it. Yummy, 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 yummy.
Are you sure you're not the father?
I suck cock, and I love it. Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Look at that face. Can you imagine, though? I mean, the husband had to be going, who's the kid that played for the Nets, the Asian kid?
Jeremy Lin, I believe.
Yeah, Jeremy Lin.
He was on the Knicks.
I mean, the Knicks, I'm sorry, yes. So anyways, how do you mix up? You know what I mean? I understand you're at Home Depot and the guy fucks up light bulbs and shit, but you're talking about a fucking baby here, you know? People bring babies home because they label them wrong in the maternity ward and shit. For Christ's sake, folks, this isn't fresh produce. This is somebody's kid. How hard is it to slap Butch on the... Although today it doesn't matter, does it? You can bring home anything and they'll identify. Just let the girl grow up and say, I identify as white person. There you go, problem solved. I'm a fucking genius. I am a genius.
What are we doing? What's going on right now?
I don't know. It's a fucking, it's an all-out, So I kind of hope they win the lawsuit. Eventually, you're going to be able to pull up and order children. You know, you pick. That's where we are with this genetics. The messing with you're going to be able to pull up at a drive-through, and there's going to be a menu. I want blonde hair, blue eyes, 180 pounds, 6'2", IQ 170. Then you'll drive away. Yeah, they forgot the napkins, motherfucker. And then you'll climb through the window like the black guy does at Burger King at 3 in the morning when he's drunk and he didn't get his French fries and beat the stuffings out of somebody. It's a tough thing, but anyways. A young swimmer was disqualified after a race for how her swimsuit fit her body. The outcry led to a reversal. Brecken Willis, a member of the swim team at Diamond High School in Anchorage, Alaska, had competed in 4 events at a swim competition. She swam in and won a heat during the meet, but a race official deemed that her swimsuit had shifted into a position, why can't we have footage on this, that showed too much of her backside. We can't say ass in the article. The official said Brecken's team-issued swimsuit didn't fit her properly and thus violated a rule. Whatever. Do we have... I have video written down. I don't even know what it is. What do we got, Chase? Did I send you video? Up! What are they talking about? This is her warming up. Fits perfectly. Who was the goddamn judge that ruled that disqualification? Richard Simmons hanging by the... For the love of Pete. That's how a bathing suit should fit, for the love of... Can we see that again in slow motion? Let's take a look right here. Ouch. Baby got back. He got back from the Pistons locker room, and she was a mess. Huh? One more time, Jason. Okay.
Bon appetit.
In the statement, the school district did not name the official who was disqualified. They think it might have been either Don Lemon, but said it is moving to decertify the individual. It's also seeking to suspend the rule, calling it ambiguous according to this state. They're going to suspend this guy. Can I give you my take on this? Because they have rules. What's happening is students, they say, swim athletes, they're pulling their bathing suits up to show they're both male and female. I wonder who started that, what segment of the population. And so they have a rule. But this guy's doing his job, right? I think he's protecting her, saying, her ass is hanging out. I mean, he's following the rule that's written, yet they're going to go after him. This whole story, once again, the girl's the victim, and it's so unfair, and which is absolutely, he's doing his job. I don't understand why they're coming after him. If that's the written rule, would you want your daughter's ass hanging out? The mother's taking it personally, of course, because that's the time we live in. Anytime a woman doesn't get what she wants, there's some type of scam going on. Tuesday, Alaska School Activity Associations reversed the disqualification. The Anchorage School District had lobbied the Activities Association to have the disqualification tossed out, saying in a statement that it was heavy-handed and unnecessary, and that our swimmer was targeted based solely on how a standard school-issued uniform happened to fit the shape of her butt, which, translation, she has a great ass. That's all. I mean, come on. She's a high school. I'm not trying to sound like Epstein here. I'm just saying. The rule was put in place so this wouldn't right? A little modesty. Do I sound fucking old? Sit back, Rich. Nobody's interested, honestly. The ASAA overturned the disqualification because the official didn't notify the coach about the problem with how the swimsuit fit Brecken's body prior to her race. Maybe he didn't spot it till too late. I don't understand why he's the bad guy. Brecken's mother, Megan Koach, told CNN that her daughter was wearing the same swimsuit every other member on the squad wears to compete. Yeah, but they have asses like Ellen DeGeneres. Your daughter has an ass like an NFL fullback. God bless her. It's Rich, off the phone. Focus. Come on. You're like a little kid. What are you doing? Read the text. Share it with the class. What are you doing? Reading the chat? Yeah? What's it say? Don't worry about it.
Just said sausage now.
What?
Somebody just wrote sausage in chat.
Oh, that's hilarious. What are we, 11-year-old fucking kids in there? Sausage. She says, this is what the mother says, it's sexual harassment. It shouldn't have any place on the pool. Her mother's so brainwashed in this feminist #MeToo shit. She's totally missing sexual harassment. It's the opposite of that. Sexual harassment would be if the guy said, I want her to pull her suit up a little more. Why is that? None of your business. Just tell Brecken to pull her suit up. That would be sexual harassment. He's looking out for your daughter because apparently this rule her ass shouldn't be hanging out. This is how fucking brainwashed women are. My daughter's a victim. She's a target. The guy's looking out for her. How I see it. Anyways, the official was enforcing a swimsuit, listen to this, modesty rule, which the National Federation of State High School Associates says is in effect at high school swim competitions around the country. According to an August memo the organization sent out, there was a growing trend of high school athletes from both genders intentionally rolling up their swimsuits in such a way to expose the athlete's ass. I'd love to know who started that. I bet you it's that broad that's going after Antonio Brown. The measure requires race officials to notify a swimmer's coach if an individual's athlete's attire doesn't meet suit coverage restrictions. Okay, he didn't notify in time, I guess. Right? In light of Brecken's case, the Alaska School Activities Association sent a letter to swim and dive officials reminding them that the rules require that they must consider whether a swimmer is intentionally rolling up the swimsuit in order to expose their buttocks before they issue any disqualification. Boy, what a time to be in high school, huh? Girls on the swim team actually want to show their asses while they, Now, back in my day when I was on the swim team, the broads were wearing these, well, they look like hijabs, wrapped up like burn victims. Wetsuits. But the whole tone of this just got me angry, like she's a real victim. And also, an athlete's coach must notify before a heated swim competition if inappropriate attire is observed. And that's where the guy fucking blew it, I guess. Yeah, do we have the diagram? Look at this is a diagram released by the association. Shows how swimsuits should fit athletes or pilgrims. Look at this fucking thing. My father's ass might look good in that suit. This is what they're supposed to wear. And off a guy. No, that bathing suit hasn't been made since 1968. Those are the bathing suits that in Goodfellas, the mobster's wives had on around the pool. Into the mic, Rich, please. Oh, I'm out of coffee. I've had 6 cups of coffee. What's that, Rich? Can you talk into the...
Would you like me to make it for you?
What did you forget your first...
Do you want me to go back to work?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, a little threatening me now. Hurt your feelings, Richie? It's just distracting. I look over and you're like this. An inch from the mic, like you want to say something the whole show. I'll call on you.
Affirmed.
I bust his balls because I hate him. I mean, I love him. And seriously. But that's a beautiful bathing suit. My grandmother had that on in Italy in 1868 while she was picking olives. Brecken's mother thinks the diagram is out of date, which she is correct, and suggested her daughter's muscular tone made it. I don't like all this talk about her daughter's muscular ass. I'm throwing this story out. It's making me nervous. I don't want to hear any of that. But the mother, you have to get off this kick that your daughter's somehow a victim in this, okay?
Shut up! Will you? Will you please shut up? Will you shut up? Shut up! Shut up!
Let's stay on the subject of sexism, misogyny, beautiful girls, and how they're treated in 2019. What's considered retro as far as men's attitudes, and because it's actually spilling into the UFC now, okay? And boy, this upset me to no end, this article. UFC Octagon Girls. That was my sister's nickname in high school in 1986, so I don't know how are under political attack. I'm guessing by who? Again, women with work boots on and handlebar mustaches. The much-loved Octagon Girls could be banned from a UFC event in Australia next month after a politician claimed the tradition was outdated. Of course, it was a female politician. There's not one guy going, fuck this, this is sexist. Yeah, let's get rid of them. What do they add to the show? This is the reason guys pay $60 to watch UFC. Get rid of this. Is sexist. This is. I mean, we're past this, don't you think so? Similar to boxing, mixed martial arts deploys scantily clad broads, females, chicks, to parade around the cage before each round at their events. That has led to the likes of Chrissy Blair. These are the names of the girls, not necessarily these, but Brittany Palmer, Ariana Celeste, and Jenny Andrade becoming huge favorites with fight fans and ex-rapists all across the country. However, ahead of UFC 243 at Melbourne's Marvel Stadium October 20th, Dana White's promotion is facing calls for the sexiest and backward custom to be axed. Rich, your thoughts?
I think it's better than the girls' swimsuits that they have now. I think these girls are dressed appropriately.
I don't know what the swims. Jason, translator on that?
I think he was going for a callback.
Yeah, I know. He just is. He has no idea why we're not laughing. Totally incoherent sentence, but I'll take it. That's your job. And Lord Mayor Melbourne, Sally Capp, is leading the charge. It's 2019. Do we really still need scantily clad women to wander around the middle of a fighting ring between rounds? Yes, Sally. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Capp. Grid girls are no longer part of Formula One, she says. Walk-on girls are no longer part of professional darts. What? Surely it's time to... What? What? You got broads in bikinis during a dart? That's dangerous. A fake tit could get punctured.
Son of a whore!
Cap is receiving plenty of support in her quest to put the Octagon girls out of work. The attempted stand against UFC comes after ring girls were barred from a bumper boxing event last weekend. Octagon girls travel the world with UFC, reportedly earn $25,000 a year for their part-time work with the promotion, with many going on to secure modeling contracts and TV work. Oh, yeah, you're right. I've seen all these broads in Hollywood movies, Fast and Furious. And let's be honest, they're going to be handing you your burger at Wendy's. Jays.
This is the mayor from Melbourne.
Sally Capp. Yeah, I went expecting to see kind of a Rachel Maddow, but again, the glasses give it away. She's got the Janine Garofalo, I'm offended by everything glasses. Right? Probably cute when she was younger, but shut up. There's a lot of young, horny guys who watch UFC. And here's my other point. Can't it be up to the girls? Is anybody forcing them at gunpoint? I'd give them more money, actually. But, Rich, anybody forcing them to do this? Isn't that the point?
Well, don't you watch UFC for the fighting, not necessarily the women?
Speak for yourself, fella. Yes, actually. They're on screen for about 3 seconds. To be honest with you, I don't think they're that fucking smoking. I mean, compared to the 3 I have tied up in my basement in Indiana. So I say we replace. They're going to replace these girls, and here's a few of the replacements, I think. Here's one. Huh? How long would the fucking fight stay on in your house if this came on? Round 11. She ate the first 10 rounds. Oh, yeah, they're only 5-round fights. Look at the size of this Mama Luke. What is this broad living on? Fucking lasagna and heavy cream? Jesus H. Christ. You could fuck her ribs. You could fuck her ribs. Look at her hair, too. This is what Oprah gave us. You go, girl. You're beautiful no matter what. No, you stay in the attic. Bound and gagged. Go ahead. Here's another one we're going to see. Joe Rogan will be going nuts over this. Oh, unbelievable. Look at that. This is what they want. This is what the left wants the world to look like, folks. They tried to get rid of cheerleaders at the University of Minnesota like 5 years ago. Talked about it on my New York radio show. Remember? They were trying to get, because all the feminists, the ugly girls, just, they cheerleaders, the natural enemy. A cute girl who's fucking the quarterback, and this girl could sack the quarterback now. She's creating a wind. This is how Dorian gets started. This is how Dorian gets started. She did a cannonball in the middle of the fucking Atlantic. Okay, and there you go. They'll be happy when this is it. Bert Kreischer's uncle, Teddy Kreischer. Look at this guy. He's got some rhythm. He's got Roman fucking sandals on. Look. Is that Larry the Cable Guy? Get her done. Anyways, leave the ring girls alone. Like I said, if they don't think it's sexy, I don't know. That's because you're 57. I don't give a shit. That'll always be. You guys can try to legislate the DNA out of the fucking country, but it's not going to happen. Those plus-size models. Bunny Galore sent me a picture. I don't know why I still haven't used it. You see the Nike ad with the big black? Is that an actual ad, or did she? That's an actual Nike ad. Rich, see if you can find that, or whoever. It's a black girl has to weigh 330 pounds in like Nike underwear and shit. Doesn't matter black or white. But I'm just saying Nike. You know, they know their target audience, and but I'm just saying, let's lower the standards out of fairness. And what kind of world? Now, Rich, you probably have, like, expensive underwear. Your tie's $300.
Oh, definitely.
Huh?
But my thing is, if you go to the beach and a girl's wearing a thong and you look at her ass, you're the bad guy, but she's the one showing it off, and then down the road, Me Too happens, and guys are the victim again. You know, I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but you, when you're at the beach, and you are the bad guy, because you don't have to look at him. You start following to the hot dog
I'm a
stand.
slime ball.
Yeah. I mean, you get a metal detector, and you know. You go, and she's got like a clit ring, and you're like, I don't know, it's just, I can't. So you are the bad guy in that scenario. But you make a valid point. I remember doing jokes about that in the 80s. Girls at the gym, they got a string up their ass, and you know, you're on a hammock, and I'm not, you know, then you get caught looking at him, you know, what are you looking at? What am I looking at? I'm looking at that rope swing up your ass that you put there strategically. You know, but again, I love we live in this world with everybody should get what they want. Don't judge anybody. Okay, so why are you judge? The left's always fucking judge. It's not sexist. That type of stuff will be in style 1,000 years from now. The only difference, the thong will be on a robot, but still. Hopefully the UFC will still be around. I love that shit. I'm getting addicted. I record the they call UFC Reload. It's just fights from 5 years ago. I could sit and watch that shit forever.
Next one, I think, is October 5th. It's Israel Adesanya and Robert Whittaker.
That's exactly the match. Wasn't the one this past weekend, Jace?
Yeah, Khabib and Dustin Poirier, and Khabib submitted him, I think, in the third round.
He
with submitted
him for a job at Arby's. Fucking got him in a naked chokehold.
Mauled him for about 3 rounds, then just got on his
so
back.
It wasn't even a good fight?
Yeah, Poirier had his moments, but Khabib pretty much dominated.
Were there any women on the undercard? I like the women as much. Here's one sport where the women are just as exciting. I'm not saying they're as good as the guy. Just as exciting. Well, I say women. I mean, they have more testosterone than I had when I was 22. What's her name, Amanda Nunes?
Yeah, Amanda Nunes.
She's the baddest woman on the planet. She scares me. And I love her attitude when they interview her. She's a happy, she's not cocky. She appreciates all her fame, but what a little badass. Still think I could knock her. I said that to Rogan. He goes, no, she'd kill you. I'll remember that. I should use her as a body. There she is. Okay? Again, you take the mullet off her and put on a nice blonde wig. Look she's got Tommy Hearn's physique. She is a killer. Remember what she did to, who's the first woman? We don't even remember anymore.
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey. She's working at Chick-fil-A now. She's got an eye patch.
I think she's in the WWE now.
That's right. But boy, did fucking Holly Holmes put her to sleep, right? And then Holly Holmes got whacked out by Amanda, right?
Yeah, Nunes has beat pretty much every woman.
They said that she's ruining the weight class. There's nobody left, so she's going to take on somebody for the Patriots. What's Antonio Brown?
Edelman's about her size, right?
Oh, boy. Edelman will kill anybody. That guy. Edelman is that. And we got another guy just like Edelman. He's got a Polish last name. He returns punts for the Patriots now. He was so good in I go, they have to keep him. They said he was on the bubble getting cut. And sure enough, first game, he's returning punts. He's just like Edelman. I digress, but I watched Edelman's career. He started returning punts, became a receiver, whatever. Is Antonio Brown playing, or is he? It's tough to bet on the NFL now. Back in the day, it's like, I don't know if I should bet the Giants because somebody's day-to-day with a hamstring. Now it's somebody's day-to-day with a fucking rape rap and it's difficult. Anyhow, did you guys see this guy, this meth guy, got busted for meth, his mugshot? If you guys are Breaking Bad fans, it's a couple days old, but I thought we should really do this because This mugshot has Breaking Bad fans doing a double take. Police in Illinois put out a poster of a fugitive who looks almost identical to the TV show's lead character, Walter White. Look at that. I had to look at this twice and go, I get news for you. The guy on the left, way more scary than Bryan Cranston. This has to be his idol, right? That's not an accident with the glasses and the goatee. What do you think, Rich? Like, you cut your hair like a gay guy.
I think older men like Bruce Willis, they get to that age where they just get rid of their hair. So I think everybody looks like Walter White when they get older. Can they grow the goatee, to hide that they don't have hair?
Again, off from the point. My question was, do you think he did that intentionally?
No.
Oh, you thought you mean he naturally lost his hair? And he doesn't have to have a goatee like that. No? Thing is,
I think he needs a better prescription.
Quiet, everybody. Listen. Listen, everybody. Listen. Oh, my God. Jason, you look like Stephen Wright next to this fucking guy.
I'll take it.
Don't stop being you, Rich. All right? Rich got mad because I was yelling at him. The whole show, he's this far from my going, I'll bring you into the show and I want you. You get it? You're not Bubba fucking Booey. Yet. Wait till the show takes off. We'll stop paying you. $11, $12 an hour. We work 2 hours a day. Anyways, the guy's name's Todd Barrick Jr. Nice goatee. Nice. 50. Same age as the TV teacher turned drug dealer Breaking Bad. That is unfucking candy to me. Unbelievable. There's like 3 lesbians when I lived in West Hollywood who looked just like people online started, have you tried Albuquerque? That's where the show was. Perhaps at Los Polos Hermanos. That was Jason, you have not seen the series yet.
I have not.
Dude, I mean, Sopranos is but you want to fucking get hooked on something in 2 it's like meth. You'll have to watch 4 at a time. He's wanted for a probation violation related to possession of methamphetamine. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. If I showed you that picture and said, what do you think he was charged with? Is there anybody who's not going to say methamphetamine? Oh, I don't know, shoplifting in Denver? Look at him. Cranston is a great actor, by the way. Even in an old King of Queens repeat I saw, he's the neighbor. He guy's as funny as hell. Some guys just have it. That and Larry Storch from F Troop. He was terrific. Here's the thing Glenn Beck brought up. Is this the same guy Glenn was talking about? Dug a motor on his house? Florida man smashes 20 cars. He says, I did it because Donald Trump owes me $1 trillion.
Give me the money, you understand me? Give me the fucking money, you hear me? You hear me? I gotta come here and bust my balls. Give me the fucking money.
I don't have it. I'm telling you, I gave it to the Kremlin. Hey, was that the guy he was talking about or different guy? Remember, he said a guy dug a motor on his house?
I think it's a different guy.
Oh, boy, there's a lot of people. But it was Trump-related, wasn't it? Remember he said Trump was trying to get him or something? Or am I just dreaming about that? A homeless man in Florida went on a car vandalism spree Monday, smashing at least 20 vehicles before getting tired and falling asleep on a nearby bench. When questioned by authorities, he said it happened because Trump owes him $1 trillion. You have a picture of the guy. What happened to him? The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office in a press release identifying the man as 30-year-old Justin James Wilson. And he's actually a good-looking kid. Look at him. He's very relaxed about being charged. He said he damaged at least 20 cars or more that were parked at a Holiday Inn resort in Okaloosa Island. The sheriff's office stated Wilson faces 14 counts of felony criminal mischief, 6 counts of misdemeanor criminal mischief, and an estimated $30,000 in damages to at least 20 cars. When deputies located Wilson nearby, he confessed to the office and said, "Take me to jail. I did it because Donald Trump owes me $1 trillion, and these vehicles belong to the mafia."
You're crazy!
I'm not crazy. I just don't give a fuck.
Oh, God. The sheriff's office interviewed witnesses who claim they saw Wilson smash damaged cars by using rocks and belt buckles, which is... Do you ever... My father used to use belt buckles on me. And look how I turned out. Very lonely. To beat the cars and smash windows. Okaloosa Island's located northwestern. Do you know they have a whole website dedicated to stories that start with a Florida man? There's a whole website. That's how fucked up Florida. And I'll say it again, the show Cops would not exist without the state of Florida. I didn't even know there was crime in other parts of the country after watching 2 years of Cops. But you know what's funny? Here's another Florida incident. Speaking, in Pasco County during February this year, a 76-year-old man reportedly got frustrated when he could not find his own car in a parking lot. That's like me at the Savannah airport. I literally had to have somebody help me find my car at the Savannah airport. I had to go to the people that worked there. Guy put me in a golf cart. We drove around. I was late for my getting to the airport, so I parked and ran, didn't look at the number, you know what I mean? And there's it's a small airport, but there's fucking 12 acres of parking. Guys, boy, did I feel retarded. He's driving around a golf. Is it I think it's that one. It's a black one. It had 4 wheels on it. Guy almost got car sick driving me around. He goes, for Christ's sake. No, he goes, I do this all the time. So this guy, he got frustrated. He couldn't find his own car in a parking lot, so he vandalized 16 other vehicles. I fucking love this guy. We have a picture of him, right? 76-year-old. There I could have sworn I parked next to a fucking Subaru. I know it was a Subaru because I'm Vermont. That's all we drive up there. God damn it. I parked right here. I designed this fucking place. I need health care. However, the bulk of Albert Magneth's, that's his real good, damage was breaking. He was breaking, bending, and removing windshield wipers from 16 cars. That's what I'm going to do next time I get lost at the Savannah airport. I'm going to come back with like 100 antennas. Do they have antennas anymore? Sometimes you got to saw them off, the little nubs. Yeah. Anyways, finally tonight, in one of my favorite cities in the country, I actually have 2 condos there. Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore, Maryland. Police responded for a fight inside a hotel room, but then it turned out it was just 2 women having loud sex. It ended with a security guard getting shot. Welcome to Baltimore, everybody. And you know, obviously it's in Baltimore. People having sex, so you know crabs are involved. Listen, everybody, I have to go. Bye-bye. I went out with a hooker in Baltimore. I got crabs from a hooker in Baltimore like 10 years ago, but she was a very rich hooker. I got soft shell. I actually said that on stage. It's one of those jokes. Half the people are fucking dying, and the other half are going, I said, you couldn't think of that in your fucking 1,000 years. Anyways, it all started when 2 clerks who work in our front desk of the hotel got a call from Yuck Yucks in Baltimore. No. From one of the rooms. During the call, the workers reportedly heard 2 people fighting in the background, prompting the on-duty security guard to call police. Arriving officers spoke with 2 women who were supposedly in the room when the commotion was heard. Each told the police they were not fighting, but chowing on each other, having sex. At the request of the security officer, police ordered the women to pack up and leave the hotel. One of the women thought she left a cell phone in the room, at which point an officer escorted her back to look for it. When they returned, the other woman, 34-year-old Allison Daughtry, had gone into the, the fuck is that? Terrell Suggs? In a wig? What the fuck?
You fat, nasty black bitch.
According to the guard, Daughtry pulled out a handgun and pointed it at him. The guard then tried to take the gun away, wrestled Daughtry to the ground, causing the gun to fire and strike a door, and it hit a corn muffin at the Continental Breakfast and ricocheted Apparently very stale. Meanwhile, a Baltimore County police officer was outside, foot away, heading back to his patrol car when he heard the gunshot. The officer came inside to find Daughtry being restrained by the guard and arrested her. Police wrote in the charging documents that surveillance footage shows Daughtry entering the lobby, getting into an altercation with the guard, and later pulling the gun on her.
You fat, nasty black bitch.
In an interview with the police, Daughtry says the guard hit her first, at which point she alleged to have taken her purse out, swung it at the guard, which caused the gun to fall out and fire. Who's her lawyer, Avenatti? Daughtry admitted to police that the gun was hers, and she bought it in North Carolina from a point guard. What? No one was struck during the incident, but according to police, security guard had to be taken to the hospital because he fainted when he saw how ugly this one was and banged his head on a coffee table. No, the cop was bitten by Daughtry during the argument. Daughtry is currently being held without bond on multiple charges, including attempted second-degree murder, first and second-degree ugliness, and gun crimes. Anyways, that's Baltimore for you. I guarantee I probably stayed at the place while I was doing the improv or some shit. I don't know what to say other than that's Baltimore, another liberal-run city. Yes, Nick, I know stuff like that goes on in cities that Republicans run. Very rarely is a black chick who looks like Ray Lewis in a wig biting a cop in Omaha. That is it for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you all. Check out me on Glenn Beck, The Blaze, or whatever. I don't know how it works. I know he's in 1 million markets across the country, and I think the audio from his, you can watch the show on The Blaze, obviously, right? Rich, you're a tech guy. That's the internet show.
They have video and audio, so you can get either or.
There you go. And in 1 million markets and whatever. Had a great time, and it should really help this show. He is a force to be reckoned with, man. And he's got a very libertarian audience, and hopefully they found me funny, and we'll be doing it again, So I want to thank him. Again, wishes to Tommy, my manager, who's having surgery right now as we speak, probably. He was looking forward to this day for months. He was talking about it. And he pulls a Mickey on me. Tommy! It's over. It's never over! Coming back to the airport, baby's got a baby killers and all that vile crap. Thank you guys, Patreon members. Again, go to nickdip. Don't forget cameo.com, where I can send you a personal video at your request, destroying somebody that you hate, destroying somebody that you like, telling somebody you like somebody, telling your grandmother it's time to go, she's starting to smell like mothballs, anything like that. All right? Remember, you think it, I'll say it. You're welcome. See you guys here on Monday. Bye-bye.